All right, welcome to episode 60 of My FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there's a blog, and the blog can be found at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com, or you can try myfxbuddies.com, but you have to use HTTPS as in Sam. And then anywhere, you can also just do an internet search for My FX Buddies, and most of the listings come up. The podcasts, there's like 6 podcasts, Apple being one of them. There's a transcript on RSS.com, all under My FX Buddies. Spotify.com, if you're a paying customer, has video content. And then, of course, Rumble, but don't go to Rumble because Rumble's the same video that's on the blog. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you're really not watching it, you're listening to it. And if you want to see the pictures change, the images change, then below the box, look for a word more, click on more, and then the link to the blog will be in that more box. All right, let's get into it. I'm back. Can you believe it? It is Monday, May 20th, 2024. This is early enough where it should be posted for as of May 20th. All right, provided there's no technical difficulties. And 2 things that came out. So we'll just get right into it. The Executive Order 13303 has been extended for another year. And I'm kind of confused by that because I thought with them removing the money from the original account into the Iraq 2 account, that maybe there was no need. But for those who are unfamiliar with Executive Order 13303, you can look it up. It was originally signed. Okay, so this is the article. Let's see. Because they had an article. Oh, I didn't put the, okay. This one right here is from the whitehouse.gov website. So see, it has a little bit more information. But this one is an article. Sorry about that. Okay, so Biden extends the state of national emergency in Iraq for an additional year. He announced the extension of the national emergency in Iraq for an additional year, signed a letter addressed to U.S. Congress, published by the White House. So here's the gist of it. The obstacles to the orderly reconstruction of Iraq, restoring and maintaining peace and security, and developing political, administrative, and economic institutions in Iraq still constitute an extraordinary threat to the national security and foreign policy of Iraq and to the United States as well. So, therefore, the state of national emergency for the stability of Iraq will continue in effect after May 22nd, 2024 for an additional year. And this, it is noteworthy that Resolution 13303 regarding Iraq was issued in 2003 during the era of former U.S. President George W. Bush. And there's an excellent movie. It's funny. It's entertaining. It has some truths in it. And it's simply called W. Yeah. But anyway. So that is a major happening today. All right. But we knew that was coming, right? We were looking for that to see were they gonna let it expire or extend. Now we know it's being extended. So we'll see I'm sure there's way more intelligent people out there. I don't think it's a good thing. Some people think it's a good thing, but I don't. It's telling me that Iraq is not ready to be on their own, right? They need our protection. Uh, so I don't know. They're running around the world telling them, "Hey, we're sovereign. We're a sovereign nation now." And yeah. But anyway, all right. So let's see. Oh, and it was a light news day because much of the news was about all the condolences going towards the death of the Iranian president and the foreign minister and several others. They did, if you don't know, they found the helicopter. And for me, right, because I'm doubting Tish, they showed the ring. It's significant for them. Their leaders, they all wear a special ring. And they showed the digging up of his ring out of the crash area and showed his ring and it's burnt. So that, Anyway, but just really quick because I didn't post these articles. Um, because remember, I'm on a different time frame than the rest of the people you probably listen to. I'm already in September. So to me, this is not affecting the RV, right? But now, maybe for the people who are like, oh, it's going to happen tomorrow, it's going to happen this weekend. Maybe this is a delay. I don't know. But Iran will have a 5-day period of mourning. Iraq is having a 1 day. So tomorrow's Tuesday. They'll be having their 1 day period of mourning for them, for Iran. Um, oh no, the internet. Okay, my little signal here is weak. Hopefully it's still recording. Anyway, all right. Um, They already know who's taking the place of them, right? They've already got continuity of government already sorted out. 50 days from probably today or maybe yesterday, they'll have an election to replace I'm not sure if it's they replace the whole government or just the spots that need to be filled now. So they're moving right along. They're going to have their 5 days of mourning, but yeah. And I think that's it. All right. Because, if you want to look that up, you can go look that up. Okay. So now back to articles. Sudani, the government is working to open the Iraqi economy to fruitful partnerships. And where did he say this? He pledged to change the status of the Iraqi economy towards openness to fruitful partnerships and diversity in resources. Let's see, he's bragging on only after a year and a half of work. The extrapolated figures of the economy have begun to show a positive upward trend, heralding further growth and development. I'm not sure where he said this, but it could be there was what was it, the World Security Conference in Doha? That was today, and Sudani was invited, and I do believe he was invited to speak as well. So that could be where that was, but whatever. So here's the other. This is the notice of continuation of 13303 from whitehouse.gov, and I have the link here if you want to go see it for yourself as usual. Always posting links. Oops, it looks like I put that article twice. Indeed, I did. All right. So we'll skip that. Maybe I'll correct that. Maybe I won't. Here again is my one commercial. If you were self-employed in 2020 and 2021, if you filed a Schedule C and an SE, you could be eligible for a tax refund. Go to the blog, click on this image, or click these words here. Just follow the prompts. There's more information there. There's a video to watch. And then you enter your information to see if you qualify. All right, I forgot to tell you about this yesterday. So, let me see. Jenny from the UN, for those who are not watching. Oh, I did. I closed it. It was right there. Okay. She gave her last update to the UN Security Council. Oh, progress on the rise. So that's what's the video. It's on YouTube, but I have it here. It's in English. She speaks English. She speaks Arabic too, but when she does this in this capacity, she speaks English. So, progress on the rise despite challenges. So it was pretty good, pretty neutral, more positive than negative. Um, shoot, let me see. I don't think it will give me. No, it's not gonna let me go there. Well, whatever. Under the video, they have like a little summary of what she said. And if I had thought about it, maybe I will. I'll update it. I'll post it. Oh, was that it? No, I'll post it. Post production. So, because some people like to read stuff as they're listening, right? So I'll do that. So here, the impact of the death of the Iranian president Ibrahim Raisi on the Iranian currency is plummeted. It's, oh, I forgot. I had Bloomberg on. Jeez. Oh well, I'm rolling with it. We're 11 minutes, 12 minutes into this. Okay, I apologize. And let me just say, what was I going to say? There was something I was going to address. It's very, uh, someone said I seem distracted. There's so many things in my head, and I want to just tell you everything that I know, right? But not everyone wants to know everything that I know. So it's difficult for me to pick and choose which articles to show and then what other things to say, right? And so it's a battle. I have this inner battle with myself. Do I say this? Do I mention this? Do I post this? Right? So yes, I am distracted and it's just the way that I am. If you listen long enough, maybe you'll learn to follow me. I don't know. Okay, but anyway, so I like to get the rate of the reals, like 560,000 reals per dollar, right? But they changed towards the end of last year. They changed and they went to numbers like 60.6 thousand tomans, 42,000 reals, right? So it 57,000 reals is where it is, and it went to 62,000. So it plummeted. And I don't know if it's like that today, but that's what happened yesterday for the real, right? Okay. Here is another article about, what's his name? Yes, Ali Alak. He's the CPI governor. Iraq completes the first stage of structuring the banking sector. So if you read that, it kind of just is a lot of words. Remember, I have reading comprehension issues, right? But we're going to get to a different one that makes more sense to me so I can verbally express it to you. Okay, here, Iraq declares 1 day of public mourning for the death of the Iranian president and his companions. So there. I always like to back up what I say because some of you guys just, man, you can't say that. You don't know that. No, I don't know that. I'm just saying what's in the article because that's all I can go by is what's in the articles, right? Okay. And then they tweeted that also. They really want people to know tomorrow is a mourning for the Iranian president. Okay, here was an article in Iraq's news. Does dollar dominance threaten the global economy? So I think this is more, they do mention the BRICS, sovereign debt. They talk about the Federal Reserve having a positive role, which do they? Do they really have a positive role in dollar? I don't know. But I just thought it was interesting that they would have this in Iraq's news, right? So if you want to read that, that's there. This, this is the article. The central bank begins the second phase of its banking reform strategy. Now this is Samir al-Nasari. He is, they give him different titles, but he's been involved with the CBI and the banking, private banking for a long time. And he hangs out with the CBI governor. When he writes books, they go to his book signings, right? So very well connected, very intelligent. So he did an article, and what he said was what it means by them completing or beginning the second phase means this means that it has completed, the CBI has completed the first phase of banking reform by achieving tangible and important results in the field of regulating foreign trade financing and regularization of the global financial system through strict adherence to standards, international compliance, building solid international banking relationships with international banks and correspondent banks and blah, 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 right? As well as activating and strengthening its procedures for transitioning from a cash economy to a digital economy and blah, blah, blah. Then there's more, there they talk about that Riata Bank and how that's going to support entrepreneurs and develop micro and small and medium enterprises. Then there's more there, but this is what I like. What we expect from the procedures and policies adopted by the central bank in the first phase and what was achieved from them and what will be achieved from the second phase of the banking reform strategy will be reflected in the stability of the exchange rate and the recovery of the Iraqi dinar inevitably. Now let's see, what does inevitably mean? I like that word. Inevitably. As is certain to happen. Unavoidably. Woohoo! So I like that. I like that. Now, granted, like I said, he's not the CBI governor, but he's I feel he's very respected in the banking world. Okay? All right. So I was happy to see that. Here's an article signing the contract to develop the whatever gas field in initials and revealing its details. This has to do with China. Chinese companies, they're going to develop this field. Mansoria? I don't know. Whatever. But so China's all up in the mix. Here they have planning discusses with the World Bank ways to enhance cooperation and financing the developed road project. So there they all are at the meeting. And I really don't, I kind of just glance over this development road project because it's going to be big. It's going to be huge. It's going to be colossal. It's going to be revolutionary, right? Whatever word you want to put there. But they can't do this until they change the rate, in my opinion, right? So I put the article there if you would like to read it. You're welcome to. But I just glanced it over. I know it has something to do with the Middle East and North Africa, and lots of countries and lots of companies want in on that investment because it's going to be, I don't have any other superlative words to use, right? Because my vocabulary is limited. So, oops, I'm not supposed to say that. They're going to get on me. But anyway, But I do like that they use the word activating, because for those who don't know, when Iraq does things, they do it in 3 phases. They agree to do something, then they implement it, then they activate it. So when you see the word activate, they're really far along in the process. So that's great. And I think, well, here, some people just love to read anything and everything about Maliki. Maliki wrote this long, I think his was the longest one I've seen. Sadar's was even short. Um, and remember I was saying how Saudi Arabia yesterday was like, our condolences to the Iranian people. They were the first ones to just be like, yeah, more than likely they're gone. But you know what's interesting? They're having their king, the king, he's in the hospital right now, and they normally don't say things like that. He's being treated for a lung infection. So even to the point he's so sick that the crown prince, with all the names, bin Salman, he was supposed to go to Japan, and he called off his trip to Japan because his father is in the hospital. Isn't that sweet? But it just seems like, mm, you know what? I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. But anyway, all right. Yeah. So there's all this turmoil in the Middle East. Kuwait replaced their government for like the 8th time in the last 9 months. So I don't even mention that anymore. It seems like they just wake up and go, "Oh, we need a new government today." So that happened. Um, Yeah, just a lot of turmoil going on in the Middle East. But so here, we can skip that. This is about how are the digital. Someone is worried or concerned. Mahmoud Dagger, he wants to know how the digital banks make money. Make money, money, make money, money, money. But I thought, that's interesting. He's an economist. He's an economic expert. Why is he worried about how the digital banks are going to make money? I don't know. I mean, I know it's new to them and they don't understand. It's an evolution in the banking system, right? Into complete digital operations. But I just thought it was interesting that he's asking this. But maybe this is under the guise of citizen education, right? So that's there. And here I think this is the last article. Yes. So, okay, if there was something weird, my computer is getting full. I can't believe it. So it cut me off because it said I was full. So I had to delete some stuff and make room to finish this. This is the last article. It's a member of, for today, right? For the member of the Finance Committee, the 2024 budget schedules need to be resolved during this period. So what is the period? They need at least a month. The House of Representatives said they need at least a month to review them. And they were delayed for 5 months. Oh, yeah, and let me clear up if there's any. I'm looking to see if there's a date. I've read this, but I tell you guys I have to read things over and over. Let's see, total investment. It doesn't give a date, but I did put a request out earlier in the morning that I would like to know the date when they start the clock ticking of them, whether they're going to take 20 days or 30 days to review them. I would like to know when that happens. And has the House of Representatives received the budget schedules? Or are they on their way or what? But so they are probably going to take at least a month, at least 30 days. So, in my opinion, we're here 30 days. Okay, now let me hurry up and say this. If people are confused or they just don't want to believe me, that there was an article in yesterday's blog. It was the top article, I believe, the first one. The budget was approved, the 2023, 24, 25 budget was approved and published in the Gazette last June. So, according to their constitution, if certain schedules are amended, and guess what? It just happens to be A, B, C, D, E, F. Those schedules are the ones that have been amended. So, the budget is a law, right? So if it's going to be amended, the law has to go through the proper procedures of the House of Representatives, voting on it 3 times. The president gets 15 days to sign it or not, right? If he doesn't sign it, 15 days later, it goes into law anyway. Then it goes in the Gazette, and then it is law. So yes, that process has to happen. So I hope that clears it up for those who needed clearing up. So, all right, I'm going to say accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. Thank you for listening. I hope this helps you. Just, understand where we are. In my opinion, things are still good. There's forward movement, right? They're doing what they can when they can. So just be prepared to be here for September. But if they do it this weekend, that would be great too, right? All right. Thanks for listening. Oh, wherever you're enjoying this content, if there is a like, follow, subscribe, whatever button, click that. So when I do update, if all things work correctly, you'll be updated. Enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, whatever time frame you're enjoying this content. And until next time, thank you.